Are you a cool indie kid?
I would say so.
I'd also like to consider myself cool with bunny rabbit ears. Also very cool is Ubiquitous Synergy Seeker, who came to the Ale House the other week, or USS. You may know them as USS if you're cool. If you're cool, then you were probably there anyway, and you know that what's coming up. Anyway, we went to go and have a chat with these very, very funny guys and see what their show was all about, see what the band's all about, and what their forthcoming album, Questimation, is about. You'll also notice that Jeff Heenan is interviewing, and he's wearing a sling in this interview.
Oh, because he broke his elbow.
He broke his elbow, but he also does it because it's what all the cool indie kids are doing this year.
Oh, right, obviously.
Yeah,
I should get one then.
Check out Cool Indie Kids. Go.
What is a Ubiquitous Synergy Seeker?
What is the name about, Ash?
The name is the title, like the characteristics of almost a character that one could create, that I created, that was exactly who I wanted to be when I was at a point in my life that I was not feeling so hot about. Now I have just naturally become that person. So, yeah, because it doesn't really make sense to have a singular name for a duo, but it's the idea that when someone wears our t-shirt, they're actually kind of pronouncing that that's what they are.
Yeah, it's not for us. It's for everybody.
It's not for us. It's selflessness.
Yes.
Tell me kind of how you two got involved with this project. What was how did it get started?
Well, it was 10,000 years in the making. No, it was one of those experiences where he had just graduated university. I had just dropped out of music school. So we both had moved home for different reasons. And we both got jobs at this golf course in our town. And I worked on one side and he worked on the other. And everyone on each side kept telling both of us that we had to meet this guy who was our, eternal destiny twin kind of thing. And cool. That's why when we first got the job to sort the beer in the beer cooler, and we both walked in there, it felt like if you were waiting to meet someone for 10,000 years, because you have such a natural connection.
So from what I hear, the two of you didn't really expect the band to take off quite the way it did. I mean, you had kind of parted ways back before Hollow Point Sniper Hyperbole started to get big airplay. So can you kind of tell me about that?
Well,
what you were thinking?
We at a certain point in a band's evolution, I mean, just based on our experience, but also from people that we've met and other people's stories that we followed, you can go so far, and then because we're both humble people who realize that there's more to the world than just being in a rock and roll band, and just, music is our lives, but at the same time, if it ended tomorrow, we'd be completely content and happy. So as a result, back in 2007, I went and worked in the oil fields in northern Alberta. Ash went to the United States and then ended up going to silent meditation camp. So it was sort of this interesting Western hemispheric juxtaposition that and culminated in us returning to Toronto to open for Bedouin Sound Clash. Queens, by the way, Bedouin Sound Clash. That's wicked, so contextual. And then we came back because we had heard that we were on the radio.
Cool. How was silent meditation camp?
Enough said.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Hollow Point Sniper Hyperbole was your first kind of smash single, and you've got that kind of the new fee thrown in there.
No, we don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Taking credit for it. Ours the buy. I created that. No.
The whole spark of the song was the fact that in our cupboard there was a jar of moose meat. I don't know if you've ever seen a jar of moose meat, but it's basically like raw flesh floating in liquid.
Gross.
In your cupboard, and it was beside a can of mixed beans, lentils, kidney beans, black beans. And so the juxtaposition of the two of them beside each other always boggled my mind every time I opened the cupboard.
One fascinating thing to add to this is that not only is that the first time I've ever seen that shirt today, but that's the first time he's ever explained that even to me, let alone you guys for this interview. Yeah, I've never heard you say that before.
What?
the moose beet jar in the cupboard and how you opened it and you thought it was an interesting combination.
Juxtaposition.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a Queen's TV exclusive right there.
I can't believe it.
Lifelong learning, people.
Yes.
Alrighty, we're gonna play a little game. We call it rapid fire. Give the first answer which you prefer between the two options, right? Dairy Queen or Burger King?
Dairy Queen.
Oreos, do you pull them apart and lick them, or do you dip them in milk? Gloves or mittens?
Ooh, bushy. Bushy bush.
I'm smitten.
Oh!
Western or Queens?
Queens!
All right, there you have it from Skeleton Park. Ash and Jay from USS.
Anything
else to add?
We said this at the radio station, and we're going to say it again here. We want all the spirits of Kingston to know that there's no cover tonight for them. They can just float on into the show like Modest Mouse. Float on, float on, float on.